everybody, my name is Will and this is Idiot Proof Cooking. If you're new to the channel, I make simple and easy to follow recipes that I would consider are idiot proof because hey, if an idiot like me can make something, you certainly can too. And if you've seen the channel before, you know the drill. Now today I'm going to be making some birria tacos, which really seem like have gotten popular over just the past couple years. Before ever watching YouTube cooking channels, I will fully admit I had no idea. I had never heard of birria tacos. I had never tried them before. But yeah, just over the past couple years, they seem to have really gotten popular, and really for good reason. They are meaty, delicious, so good, and really not that overly complicated to make. Now, are the birria tacos I'm going to make traditional? No, absolutely not. So if you're looking for a video that shows you the traditional, authentic way to make birria, then you're going to need to find a different video. But if you want a really simple and easy and absolutely delicious birria recipe that you can make at home, then this is the video for you. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so to kick this off, we're going to make some chili paste for the birria, and in order to do so, we're going to need some dried chilies. So the ones I'm going to be using, starting from my left, are 4 ancho chilies, 5 guajillo chilies, and then last but not least, those 2 little itty bitty ones on the side are 2 arbol chilies, and it's going to give a little bit of heat to the chili paste. So what you want to do is get yourself a bowl to avoid making a mess, and then you're going to start cutting open all of your chilies and pulling out all of the seeds. They are going to be fairly jam-packed full of seeds, so just cut them all open, and then once you do, get yourself a large pot and start ripping up your chilies into like 1 to 2 inch pieces and throw them in, because what we're going to do is rehydrate these. So just repeat the process, cut open your chilies, pull out all of the seeds, rip them up into 1 to 2 inch little pieces and throw them in your pot until you have them all looking like that. There we go. This is what we're going to make our chili paste with. So the next step is to go get yourself some water. I just have a measuring cup here with some water, and we're just going to pour enough water in to cover these. You don't want any more than that, just enough to cover all of your chilies. And then we're going to throw this on a burner on a high heat to bring the water up to a boil. Once it boils, kill the heat and let the chili steep for 10 to 15 minutes to soften up like that. From there, proceed to pour your chilies and the water into your blender, and then we're just going to add a few additional things to this chili paste, starting off with a whole can of chilies in adobo sauce. Now you don't have to use a whole can, you can just use a couple, but I'm going to use a whole can of it and make sure to get all of the adobo sauce in there too. From there, I'm going to add in a good pinch, about a tablespoon worth of Mexican oregano. Then I'm going to put in a good pinch of kosher salt and a few twists of freshly ground black pepper. I'm going to put the lid on my blender and blend this on a medium speed for 2, 3, 4 minutes until you get a nice, very smooth looking chili paste. Look at that. It looks smooth already, and this is just going to bring such crazy good flavors to your birria. Just look at how beautiful and smooth that is. It smells amazing. But you know what? Set that aside for a moment because let's talk about the meat we're going to be using in the birria. So here we go. To the right, I have 2 pounds of oxtail. Oh, one's trying to get away. 2 pounds of oxtail to the right, and on the left I have 2 pounds of chuck roast. So just generously season your meat with some kosher salt and some freshly ground black pepper, and just give it a quick flip over. Don't forget to do the backside of all of your meat, and then from there we're going to start cooking this, and we're going to start assembling our birria. So let's head into the kitchen with all of this meat, because what we're going to do first is sear it. So get yourself out a large Dutch oven like the one I have here, crank the heat up to high on your burner, throw in a little bit of oil like the avocado oil I'm using, and then it's time to start searing our meat, just a couple pieces at a time, so that we don't overload the pot. So I'm just going to start off with 3 or 4 pieces of the chuck roast. I'm going to throw it into the Dutch oven and let them sear for 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'm going to give them a flip. As you can see, they've started to sear, and you can see a little bit of fond developing on the bottom of the pot. That's what we're looking for. Oh, I dropped that one. But yeah, sear them just for a couple of minutes, give them a flip, sear the other side, and then just keep repeating the process until all of your meat has a little bit of sear on it. We're not looking to cook it all the way through. just looking to sear them because these are going to cook. We're going to stew them for the next couple of hours. But as you can see here, look at that amazing fond that's developed on the bottom of the Dutch oven. So with that in mind, let's continue on making this birria. What we're going to do is drop the heat on our burner to a medium heat and throw into the Dutch oven 1 large white onion. We're just going to let this fry for the next 3 to 5 minutes until the onion starts to soften up, and then we're going to add in 7 or 8 cloves of garlic. That's right, a lot of garlic, and we're just going to dice it up very finely. Throw that in and stir it around and fry it with the onions for about a minute. It doesn't take garlic long to cook. From there, we're going to deglaze our pot with about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, which is also going to give the birria a nice little tang. So just pour that in, and then with a wooden spoon or a spatula, just start lifting the fond off of the bottom of the pot by scraping your wooden spoon or spatula along the bottom of it. Let that just simmer for about a minute or so, and then we're going to add in a 14-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Mix the tomatoes in with your onions and garlic, make sure that they're all nice and combined, and then from there we're going to add in some beef stock, specifically 4 cups of beef stock. Now if you have homemade stuff, obviously use that, or if you're like me, just use the boxed beef stock. But anyways, pour 4 cups in and then just mix everything in the pot together, and then it's time to start adding our meat back to the Dutch oven. So just drop all of your oxtail in, and then go get your chuck roast and pour all that back in. Make sure to get any drippings, any juices that have come out of the meat, pour that all in. Mix everything around so that it's all covered with the liquid, and then it's time to add our chili paste in. Look at how rich and colorful that is. Oh my god, it smells so good too. So mix that all in and take extra care not to splash it like I just did. That's going to be a pain to clean. But anyways, mix all of your chili paste in with everything else, and then let's add in some spices, starting off with a tablespoon of black peppercorns. Next in is a tablespoon of cumin seeds, and then a tablespoon of coriander seeds. 5 to 6 bay leaves is next. Just sprinkle those all around, and then I'm going to add in 2 sticks of cinnamon, and I'm just going to mix this all in, make sure that the spices are good and mixed in with everything else. Then we're going to cover our Dutch oven with the lid. We're going to drop the heat on our burner to a medium low, and we're going to braise this all for the next 3 to 4 hours, stirring occasionally once every half an hour, every 45 minutes or so. I've got to drop the temp just a little bit here. You want it to be more of a slow simmer over a 3 to 4 hour period, and like I said, just stir it every 30-45 minutes until you get something looking like this at the end of it. Oh yeah, look at how gorgeous that is, and it smells so amazing. So what we're going to do now is take all of the meat out of the braising liquids, and we're going to tear it apart. We're going to pull it like pulled pork. So just get yourself 2 forks and then just start shredding all of your meat apart. Now obviously with the oxtail, make sure to take the bones out. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but just in case, remember to take the bones out of your oxtail. And then here's a piece of the chuck roast. Look at how tender that is. Just comes apart, squeezing it with the tongs. Look at that. That's amazing. So anyways, just keep shredding all of your beef and oxtail until you get a full bowl like that. Look at how gorgeous that is. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add some of the birria consomme. It's what you braised it in. They call it consomme. So we're going to add in a ladleful's worth, maybe, like a half cup's worth of the liquid into all of your shredded beef, and we're going to mix that in. You know what? I gotta give this a taste test. Yeah, that is fantastic. That's fantastic. So you know what? Just mix in some more of that consomme, and then let's head back into the kitchen, because now we're going to make tacos out of this. So what you're going to need is a large frying pan like the cast iron one I have here. Let it warm up for a couple of minutes, and then get yourself a corn tortilla, and we're going to dunk it into the birria consomme, and we're going to fry it on the frying pan. So on the tortilla, start off with a base layer of some cheese. I'm using Monterey Jack, and then we're going to lay down some of the actual birria on top of it. From there, we're also going to lay down another layer of cheese on top. Now, like I said, I'm using Monterey Jack, but authentically you would use Oaxaca cheese, which is a Mexican string cheese. If you can find that, use that, but I couldn't find it, so I'm using Monterey Jack instead. So anyways, fry your tortilla for about 30 to 45 seconds, then fold it in half, let it fry for another 20-25 seconds, flip it onto the other side, and continue to fry for another 30 seconds or so. Now, I'm frying them just long enough to melt the cheese. If you want a crispy taco, then I would fry them for like maybe 1.5 minutes per side, but I prefer a soft shell taco, so I'm just frying for like 30 seconds per side. But anyways, they're gonna come out looking like that. Look at how gorgeous they are. They are super messy, as you can see. They are super messy, so prepare to get your hands dirty, but you know what? They look amazing, and let's see how they taste. And wow, are they good. They were so damn delicious. Just rich and flavorful, jam-packed with so many amazing flavors, and they were so meaty, and the beef was so tender. Oh man, these were so damn good. They took a little bit of prep, you had to braise them for a few hours, but other than that, they were super easy. So you should try making these at home. They are totally worth the hype. But anyways, that is the end of the episode. I hope you like what you saw here today. If you did, why don't you drop me a comment, like the video, or even subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching 80 Proof Cooking. We'll see you again soon.